Good evening. Hey,
Trying now.
can you hear me? Can you guys hear us? Hello.
Oh, I thought it
All
was
right.
going to work.
Well, we can hear them, but they can't hear us.
Yep.
Hey, this is Terry with NSPS TV Paranormal Podcast. Hey, how you guys doing this evening? Hey, I like to thank, Beyond Life Paranormal Research from Osage Beach, Missouri. I would like to thank those guys, man, because I really should have had these guys on yesterday, man, but I was running around with trying to get my son ready to go back to college, and I totally forgot. Man. I completely dropped the ball, so I apologize for that. Let's see here, what's going on. Yeah, I totally apologize for that, guys. But anyway, I hope they accept my apology. But let's get this show started. Russell, the founder, the backbone
Yep.
of Beyond Life Paranormal Research. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Pretty good. Staying pretty busy.
Busy. All right, man. Hey, tell me, what made you want to start a paranormal team in New York? In New up in was it up? Is it upstate New York or south?
Southern part of New York.
Okay, what made you want to start a team that over there?
Well, I had an experience when I was a kid.
Uh huh.
I lived in a house that was haunted, and I seen my first full-bodied apparition at 6 years old. We lived in this old house that was built in the 1800s, and one night I was laying there in bed about 3 in the morning, heard a noise.
Mm-hmm.
Woke up, and here's a Civil War soldier standing in my doorway looking at me. So I was like one of those kids, put the blanket over my head. It's not real. It's not real.
Really?
And
Wow. Dude, I bet you that was nerve wracking.
yeah, it was. And it finally disappeared. And then strange things would happen throughout the house at night. Heat would get turned down. My dad think us kids were playing with the heat, but we were still too small to reach it.
Oh, wow.
A lot of my mom's stuff would get moved around. Water would turn on its own. Toilets flush.
Mm.
And dogs would dig at a wall all the time and couldn't figure out my dad was going to tear the wall open. And we were renting with the option to buy, and then we ended up moving out. And some other people moved in. They tore the wall open and found Civil War swords, bayonets, money, maps, uniforms. And as I got a little older, I found out some history on it. It ended up being an old Civil War base and hospital.
Oh, wow.
And then as I got older, I started seeing stuff like with my neighbor's house. Their house was haunted. So it kind of sparked my interest to start checking the stuff out as I got older. And then I formed Beyond Life Paranormal Research in New York State. And for a while, I was doing solo stuff. And then I would go, a best friend of mine from high school that we graduated together, we would go out and do a few things. And then about 2012, I moved out here and I started this branch of it. And this one's been running ever since 2012, and it's been booming for us. My phone
Wow.
rings day and night.
Wow. So, quick question. How did that solo thing work out for you?
Not too bad. I mean, I wasn't really doing private residence yet.
Yeah, still can't
We're
hear them.
we were doing cemeteries
I'm
and
going
stuff
all
like
the way up.
that, exploring abandoned stuff. And then eventually, once I got established, we started doing houses and stuff.
Okay. So you basically had to get a little experience
Yep.
before. Hey, you know what? That's how everything always seems to happen, man. You got to get your feet. You got to get your feet wet
Yep.
before you get into the big stuff. You got to get a little knowledge before you get your feet wet. You know what I'm
And
saying?
I also had a little connection with Rob Demarest from Ghost Hunters International.
Okay.
He's helped me get started quite a bit, and I've picked his brain quite a bit. And he was with Florida Ghost Team for a while when he was with GHI, and his founder would work with me and give me knowledge and stuff on the paranormal and what I need to look for, what equipment.
Cool. Hey, how many is on your? How many members do you have?
There's about 7 of us.
7 of us. Okay. Uh, no drama, huh?
No, not really.
Okay.
Previous years there was, but I started fresh and now I've got all good members.
Okay. Now, do you still have that team up in New York?
No, I left it to my assistant director up there, and then she
Mhm.
fell into some health issues, so I just went ahead and shut it down.
You shut it down. Okay.
Since
Wow.
we've been doing pretty much everything out here, it's been busy out here for us.
Now, when you say busy out there, are we talking about residential?
Yeah, a lot of residential. That's what we do, is a lot of residential. We'll do some of these bigger hunts, like we've done Waverly Hills Sanatorium,
Mm-hmm.
Missouri State Penitentiary. We're going to be doing the Beatty Mansion in St. Joseph, Missouri in September. And we're talking about going to Octagon Hall as well in Kentucky.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you pretty much, you pretty much like to go to these big places, huh?
Yeah, we like to do them too, but our main thing is to help people,
Help people.
our
Cool.
clients.
All right. Now, if you had a number, what would your success rate would be on
Uh,
helping people?
I would say almost a 10, because we do a pretty good job, especially with our cleansings.
Okay. All right. Now, you guys aren't okay. Let's say, for an example, that something's a little dark in my house. Are you guys able to handle that, or do you got to call somebody else in?
No, we specialize in that. That's what we handle, is a lot of the dark stuff, and we get a lot of phone calls for that.
Okay. All right.
But
Cool.
we'll go to some locations and we'll find out they say it's dark and it's actually not.
It's not. Yeah.
We did one case where a guy, he was a veteran out of Vietnam War, and he had a liver transplant, he had a brain injury, and he thought he had something demonic in his house.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we went there, checked it out. We weren't able to come up with anything. It was more like psychological, that because he was doing a lot of research on the internet. He knew what demon comes from a Ouija board and all kinds of stuff.
Now, you guys don't deal in stuff like that, do you?
No.
No. Okay. Yeah, because you know what? It's when people think about the paranormal, especially this younger generation, they're all into the paranormal, but they also want to dabble in the stuff they don't understand.
Yeah, exactly. And we come across a lot of that. There's plenty of cases we've done that's involved Ouija boards when they were kids, or their parents played with it.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, hey, I always tell people, if you can't, if you don't understand it, don't mess with it. Leave it alone.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Leave it to the professionals. And and us as paranormal investigators, there's really no professionals, because if you're a professional, that means you know just about everything that's about the paranormal. But
yeah, and there's always something to learn. Every time you go out, you always find something new.
You always, it seems like it's ever evolving. I mean, that door is going back and forth all day long.
Mm-hmm.
You're constantly learning something, and that's why I like it, because believe it or not, man, I've talked to paranormal investigators all across this country, from East Coast, West Coast, from Montana, all the way down to the tip of Laredo. And believe it or not, dude, everybody's story is different.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? From the way that they investigate, to the experiences that they've, then encountered, that started them on this journey. It seems like just everybody is just totally different, and I like, man, no one thing is the same around here. Everything is freaking different.
Exactly. Yeah, we find everything a lot of different stuff when we go out. And I mean, we've dealt with some very different people also, like schizophrenic people. We've
Oh
dealt with
wow.
partially possessed people.
Now, hey, tell me a little. I know you're not from Missouri. You weren't born and raised there, but tell me a little bit about Osage Beach, Missouri.
I'm actually in north central Missouri.
Ah,
Carmen and Lauren are in Osage, but Osage is the Lake of the Ozarks. We've done a few investigations down there.
oh wow, the Ozarks. Now that's a
Yep.
weird place within itself.
Yep. There's a lot of strange stuff. You've got Lake of the Ozarks, and then you've got the Ozark Mountains.
A lot of urban legends in those mountains.
Yep. We just
Now,
did a case down in Hollister, Missouri, which is down below Branson, which is in Ozark Mountains.
now, would you say, since we're talking about urban legends, and Missouri has tons of them?
Yep.
Well, I think, man, if I can think about this for a minute, I think Missouri probably have more urban legends than any other state in the country. I could be wrong, but I'm thinking you guys are up there.
Yeah, we're up there. We've had a lot of violent history in Missouri between the Civil War. Then you've had the Osage Indians, which would murder people. We've also had Mormon massacres up here, like Hans Mill,
Hmm.
and then the Battle of Crooked River. You've had Jesse James robbing banks throughout the area here, and a lot of his crew have been shot and killed.
Oh wow, yeah, that's that. That's a lot. Uh, when it comes to urban legends, have you guys debunked any of that so-called
Uh,
myth that's out there?
yeah, we've have done some for law enforcement. Like there's a cemetery out in Bramer that there's an urban legend of somebody out there screaming in the cemetery at night, and then if you see the blue light, your car won't start. So we went out there one night to debunk it for law enforcement because they got tired of kids going out there.
Mm.
And we did see the blue light, but our car started, and we figured out what the screams were. They were bobcat screams and coyote screams.
Oh, okay. Logical.
So, and the kids would go out there for the thrill, figuring it, oh, it's a haunted area. I'll go out there, and they're hearing this stuff, and they're reporting it.
Hmm. Now,
So,
do you believe? And leads to my next question: do you believe, since you investigated cemeteries like everybody else that started out in this field, what do you believe cemeteries are?
I believe a lot of them are just peaceful places. We only go pretty much if they have an urban legend attached to them. Like we've got two coming up that we've got to do for cemetery association, where one's a slave cemetery. The guy
Hmm.
that owns the property next to it thought he owned part of the cemetery, went through with a bulldozer and plowed the stones over.
Oh wow.
So they're calling us in to see if there's any paranormal activity out there with him plowing the stones over, and they had to go through all courts and everything for it.
How did that turn out?
We're actually getting ready to go here this summer here before summer's over out there.
Wow, I can imagine. I mean, what would be the purpose of him plowing the
He thought he
cemetery?
owned the land over through there, and the stones, some of them are broke off, and he didn't realize it was cemetery land.
Oh wow! And there was no historical marker, no fence, no
Nope,
nothing.
nope.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
you'll find that out here in Missouri with a lot of these old cemeteries. There won't be no fences around them. Some of them will sit out in the middle of the woods.
You know what? I can imagine that the people are turning over in their graves just because he did that.
Oh yeah. And that's
Mm,
why they called us out there. They originally wanted us to come out and get evidence so they could present it to the court that he stirred up paranormal activity. And I tried to explain to her that paranormal evidence won't hold up in a court of law.
exactly.
There's no way
Exactly.
about doing it. You just have to sue the guy for coming trespassing and plowing the stuff over.
Oh yeah. Better yet, dig up the, wherever you think there's a grave, just dig it up. You don't have
Yep.
to pull it up, just dig it up. And there's multiple graves out there, then hey, I'm pretty sure that would speak for itself.
And like I told them, rent the ground penetrating radar. They'll mark out all your grave sites.
Yes, sir, they sure will. Tell me a little bit about your team, Russell. I mean, are they pretty cool? I mean,
oh yeah, they're pretty cool. I mean, I've got Carmen, my lead investigator. She's been with me for a few years now. And then her boyfriend Lauren, he's my tech manager. And then I just took on 3 more members. Wendy, she's my historian. She does all our historical research.
cool.
I remember Tammy, she used to run a team back in Pennsylvania, and her fiance's in the military down in Nevada, Missouri. So she wanted to join up with the team, and she felt we were the best ones to join up with. So she joined up with us, and I've known Tammy probably over 20 years now.
Oh, wow. Man, 20 years. Hell, you look like you're 20.
Yeah, I'm actually in my 40s.
Oh, damn. Hell, you look like you're 20, man. That's why I'm like,
Yep.
whoa, you've been knowing her since birth. I'm like, whoa, I mean, that's interesting.
And then we've gotten asked by Amanda Quill from Cold Spotters, British Columbia, to take over Missouri for them. So we're actually a team contact for Cold Spotters.
Okay.
Which Amanda Quill is the girlfriend to Rob Durmarest from Ghost Hunters International.
Mm-hmm.
So I've known Rob well over 20 years.
Oh, wow. Speaking of other paranormal teams, are there any others around there besides you guys?
Oh yeah, there's tons of us, but most of them don't do private residence like we do. They do more of the big event hunts. I mean, there's one in St. Louis that does residential. I kind of work with them. If I'm backed up on cases, he'll help me out, or if he has a case he needs help on, he'll contact me.
Okay. Man. No
And
drama.
I have my dad on my team too as well. He watches our cameras.
Watching the camera. No drama between the teams in the cities?
Not that I know of. I try to stay away from all that.
Yeah, man. It's a big hassle, man.
Yeah, you get a lot of that drama out there.
Oh yeah.
That's why we work with certain few teams out there, and there's some that we just stay clear of.
Yeah. How does the historical society feel about you guys? Have they ever called you guys in to investigate a location that they might think is haunted?
Not yet. They haven't.
I figured that those guys, man, they got their hands and feet into everything.
Yeah, I mean, I've reached out to Caldwell County Historical Society here in Missouri for a few things, but I've never gotten any answers back from them or anything.
Yeah, you know what? You probably won't because they don't want to. What's the word? They don't want to kick they don't want to kick up anything.
Right.
Especially something that's a building that's historical, and you know what? And they know one thing about historical societies, they know every little thing about every little thing.
Yep.
They know everything. They know every death, anything that happened in that location. They know.
Well, that's like there's one investigation we're working on is in Missouri here. It's an old hotel. We're actually getting ready to help the owner restore it. And that's our investigation for next Friday, Saturday. We're going up there to do some work on restoring and investigate.
How far is that from? How far is that from you?
About, for me, it's about an hour.
Oh, okay. So it's not too bad.
No, I mean we travel all over. We go all over the states. I mean, we've been to Ohio and done a private residence out there. We've actually got to go back to investigate a old antique store out there.
What about jails? Have you guys investigated any old jails up there?
We did Missouri State Penitentiary here. It's probably about 4 or 5 weeks ago now.
How much you pay to get in that sucker?
We went with another team. It was like $100 a person.
Wow.
So, and we had pretty good experience. I mean, I recommend if anybody wants to go check that place out.
Have you ever been as far as Texas?
No, but Carmen's actually from Texas. She's
Oh, okay.
originally from Texas.
Cool.
And I was looking at some places down there, that old hospital they got down in Texas.
Old hospital? Which one?
Trying to think of the name. It's the one that's most haunted. I can't think of the name of it. Everybody and their brother goes to it, all the YouTubers and
Yeah, I know exactly which one you're talking about. The one down there in yeah, I try to stay away from places like that. For the simple fact, man, once you get a certain number of paranormal investigators into one place,
yep.
it kind of funks everything up.
That's like Waverly. Waverly's a hit and miss, but like when we were there with the other team, they booked it for 2 nights. They were there Friday night. We came on Saturday. They hardly got anything Friday night. We walk in the door, me, Carmen, and Lauren. It's like the gates of hell opened up. It's like activity galore for us.
Wow.
I got pinned to a surgery table.
Damn.
I used myself as a guinea pig and laid on the table, had Lauren wheel me under a surgery light. And we were playing like I was sick. I was coughing and I heard a noise, so I went to sit up and I couldn't move. It was like I was pinned. I couldn't move my legs, my arms. And then we had a motion light sitting on the shelf, and that went off. And then we heard 2 women's screams in the hallway.
Now, when it comes to evidence like that, when you hear it, what is your first instinct?
Well, my first instinct was, because we were with another team that had some females on there, so my first instinct was I asked Lauren to text that team to find out where they were. So, and they were up on the 5th floor out on the roof, on the whole other side of the building.
So there's no way that scream would have been that loud.
Nope. And then we got done. We were walking back because you can only investigate till 4 a.m. So it was about, I want to say about 3:45. And this white figure comes running down the hallway right past Lauren and I. And that's all you feel is a cold breeze. And it probably was only maybe about 5 foot tall.
Interesting.
And then it just disappeared. And the other team come up in behind us. And I asked them if they seen it. They never saw it.
Oh, wow. Now, is that your first apparition that you saw?
No, my first one was at 6.
At 6? Okay.
I saw, there's another place we do called Marshall Cinema, which was actually on the episode of Dead Files. And we are the only team since Dead Files to go in there and investigate.
Oh, wow.
And I saw an apparition in the basement of a woman. And I went chasing after her, and then she just vanished. And I had a old member that was with us in there. She actually got partially possessed by something in there. Started digging up her face with her thumb.
Oh, I bet you that was interesting.
Yeah, we didn't know it. I was there, her husband, and she got up because she thought there was something in her eye. So she had her husband check her eye. There was nothing. So she sits back down in the seat. And we were still investigating. And then we got ready to get up and leave. And she started heading towards the back lobby door. The door shut on her. She gets out in the lobby and she goes, "My face feels like it's on fire." So the bathroom was right there. She turned the light on, looked in the mirror, and she's got 3 scratches down her face.
Ooh-wee.
So I went through and reviewed the DVR footage, and you see her face just morph, and she's digging her own face with her thumb and not even realize she's doing it.
Oh shit, that's crazy, dude.
And she'll never go back on an investigation with us again after that. But that place too, once in a while, is a hit and miss too.
Wow.
With evidence. Sometimes it's quiet, sometimes it's full blown active.
Now, why do you think that? Why do you think that always happen?
Well, part of that too is the amount of energy if they can gather to do stuff. They need that energy to get, and if thunderstorms are your biggest key for it.
Or do you just think they're just tired of looking at the same old?
It could be that too. I mean, a lot of her staff, they report a lot of stuff. Like they'll be in there cleaning during the day, and they'll hear a whole conversation going on, and the movie chair seats will go up and down on their own. And they report to the owner all the time, and she'll call me and tell me about it. But that place has also a violent history as well. There was a man shot out in front of the sidewalk. There was a girl, Nellie Price, who was kidnapped and was missing for 17 days, and they found her dead in the river in Missouri. And she was waiting for a date right next to the movie theater.
Oh, really?
So now she's trapped in that place, haunting that place. And then when Dead Files came, Amy Allen went through and did her readings as medium, and we were able to confirm that Amy Allen is a legit medium. We captured everything on video, audio. I caught 20 EVPs our first time there.
Sound like a very active place.
Yeah, it is. And we were just there again in last October. That was our Halloween investigation. We did a 2-night in there. Lauren and I got up on some of the balconies nobody's been on since the 1920s.
Oh, wow.
And investigated up there.
How did that go?
Not too bad. We had stuff getting thrown at us. We thought maybe it was just bricks falling off the wall, and we kept looking up there, and there was nothing.
Interesting. You know what? I mean, I've had this discussion before, and I want to bring it up with you. Is why do you think spirits refuse to leave and go into the light? Why do you think spirits hang around?
Well, a lot of them, if they die suddenly, they don't realize they're dead, and they still have unfinished business when they were alive, so they continue to hang around. A lot of them stay to watch over family members to make sure they're doing all right. And then there's some of them that, like suicides, murders, they get trapped down here.
And there's no way home.
Nope. And It's weird with the spirit world. I mean, scientists are still trying to figure it out on what goes on beyond when you're dead. And a lot of cases we get called in, it's either somebody trapped or they used to own the house. And so we get called in. A lot of them we cross over or we cleanse them out. And a lot of them usually move on.
Yeah.
But we try to cleanse out the bad and leave the good. And usually the good.
Is that possible?
Yeah, it's possible you can. If you ask for the good to remain here. But like most people that we deal with, a lot of them want it all gone. So most of the time we just get rid of everything. And you'll still get a little residual energy here and there once in a while. Especially after we seal a house out, it's going to try to get back in. You'll hear it knocking on the windows and the walls. And I'll get people call me up after we leave. Oh, I hear it knocking. I'm like, you're going to have that for a little bit. Because it doesn't like it's left its atmosphere. It's in a new atmosphere.
Ah, okay. Let's see if we can get them back in here. Lauren Jeffries.
Yep,
Route.
that's my tech manager.
We can hear you now.
Ah, there you go.
There you go.
Man.
About time.
We try.
Well,
I'm
we were
not very
wondering.
computer savvy.
Must be an Apple thing because it only works on Apple phones.
Ah, all right. Man, you guys missed a lot of good conversation, but hey, better late than never.
Yeah, we ain't very computer savvy.
Trust me, I'm not either. Damn. Man, I was trying to buy a laptop. I ended up buying a Chromebook. Ain't that some shit? And I'm trying to get rid of this Chromebook because you really can't do nothing with it. You know what I'm saying? All it is basically, streaming the web with it, and you can't hook up nothing to it. It's crazy. Hey, man, I spent $300 for this thing.
Yeah, it's a crazy way things work.
Yes, sir. But anyway, hey, I was talking to Russell a little bit. Now that you guys are in it, how you guys doing this evening?
How do we what?
How was that?
See, how you guys doing this evening?
Not too bad. Just got done working.
Ah, okay. You know what? Tell me a little bit about some of your paranormal experiences.
Go for it.
You go first.
Well, we'll talk to the young lady from Texas first.
I grew up in Texas.
What part of Texas?
Amarillo.
Oh man, we don't consider that Texas. We consider that Oklahoma.
Oh no. Amarillo is the biggest part of Texas.
Oh wow! All right. Well, did you guys have any paranormal experiences up there in Amarillo, Carmen, or
I grew up in a haunted house.
Oh man, why is that everybody grow up in a haunted house except for me? You know what? Hey, I'm going to be very honest with you guys. Very honest. It's something about the paranormal because, hey, I don't know any ghosts that hang out in the hood. They don't go to the hood. You know what I'm saying? It's something about the hood they don't want to come to. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is. You know, and maybe they figure out we got enough problems on our own, and hey, we don't need to be bothering with that. You know, but yeah, never. All right. Well, Russell, tell me a little bit about the equipment you guys have.
We have 3 DVR systems, 2 hard wires, and 1 wireless. We've got the music box, which Carmen has. We've got motion lights, cat balls, EMF detectors. I've got a Mel meter that's got shadow detection and REM pod on it.
Okay.
Carmen's got a regular standard REM pod. We've both got spirit boxes. I've got a high density digital voice recorder that you can even hear a pin drop. Is how sensitive that thing is. I've also got EM pumps, laser grids, thermal. I've got the SLS Connect camera, which mine's been heavily modified so it doesn't pick up like tables and chairs like some of these others do.
Right.
We have baby dolls.
Yeah, and she's got baby dolls.
It seems like you guys got it going on.
Oh yeah, we're loaded with equipment.
You know, one thing that I have a lot of people don't use is a parabolic.
Carmen's got one of those.
You got one? Do you use it, Carmen?
What is it?
That parabolic dish you got.
What is that? I use so much stuff.
That disc that puts out the ray.
Yep.
Yeah. We've only tried to use it once, though.
Why? It works.
I have a problem with some equipment. I blow up because I
Yeah,
have
we
some
don't let her
electricity
touch
that runs through
electronics.
it.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, we had a laser grid she jacked with, and it blew up. It started smoking.
Well, hey, one thing, that's the one device that we have that we've been very successful with that, with that parabolic device because it amplifies, man, 10 times fold. So if you put, and then EVP comes in so clearly. I
Usually when
mean,
we show up, we don't usually have to have a lot of devices to amplify.
so yeah, I mean, whatever you guys got going on, if it works for you guys, man, keep doing it. Hell, I might get me some. You know what I'm saying? But who's the tech guy? Who's the guy that runs the cameras?
That'd be Lauren.
I'll say I
Lord.
usually run out all the cameras and stuff, and
Okay, who's the one that actually record the paranormal investigators that are investigating?
It
We
would
all
be
do.
myself, Carmen. Lauren investigates too.
Okay.
And then Tammy, Raymond, and Wendy, they all investigate.
What if I say, Russell, that I can take that away from you? I can show you something that can change your life.
Okay.
Are you ready for that?
Sure.
Okay, let me ask you a couple of questions. When you're investigating and you hear something, what is the first thing that moves?
Using my head to see where that sound's coming from.
Exactly. So by the time you move your head, what do you think will happen?
It's gone.
It's gone. So what would you need to catch that evidence once your head is turned?
Probably 360
head cam.
camera would probably work. Or even a head
360.
cam.
You're right. But you don't want a GoPro, do you?
I've got one.
Put one right here, your GoPro right here, and your head is still turning. So what's the point of having a GoPro on your chest?
Exactly. I've got the head mount for it.
Yeah, but would you really want that thing on your head?
No, that weight. I've had it on my head before. It weighs too much with all that junk on there.
Yeah. So so actually, this is what you need, brother.
Okay.
Actually, you're going to be shocked on what these are.
Good.
Oh, neat.
Yep. Cameras. So when you turn your head, you're actually catching what you think that you're hearing. So when your head turns, you're actually catching the audio and the video. And then when your head turns, it's like, okay, I got that. You know what I'm saying? Instead of going like this, turning your head, then 2 seconds later you turn your camera.
Right.
That normally that's how your body works.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So we got these as far as equipment. Actually, I'm shipping these off to Arizona. Okay, hold up. We got a couple of comments here. Bam. We got a couple of teens that are in here that like to say hello.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Oh,
Yeah. So actually, I think I got something I think you would like, Russell.
Okay.
Uh, these are one of my favorites.
Oh, cool.
You see that
camo.
dot? You see that dot in the middle?
Yep.
You know what that is, right?
Camera.
Camera. Pretty cool.
Little
Uh,
bitty thing.
yeah, but hey, it catches everything. The only thing I hate is the fingerprints.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hey, you know what? Like I tell everybody, I am what century are we in? 21st? 22nd?
23rd, 23rd now.
23rd.
Well, hey, you know what? I am a 24th century paranormal investigator because I like to think outside of the box. Because if you think outside of the box, you're going to stay outside of the box. If you think in the
Exactly.
box, you're going to stay in the box. Now, the
Right.
one thing that I have learned in my days is no matter how many paranormal investigators investigate the same, what is the one thing that everybody has in common? We all have the same equipment.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Uh, I don't know how many paranormal investigators out there that has the cat ball, the EMF, the K2, the ghost meter,
Yep.
the what is
Motion,
that?
motion lights.
Motion lights. There are so many things out there, that a lot of us that we share. And they work. So you're not going to go away from it, especially if something works.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm that type of guy, that likes to bring something new to the table. Each time I try to investigate something. I just bought something yesterday that will throw cat balls. I mean, I don't use them anyway. My team does, but I try to give these guys in the other world a little, just you know what? I like that little bit of what's the word I'm looking for? I want them to try
Different.
hard instead of just touching that cat ball and it goes off.
Yep.
Give me a little bit more effort. So I'm gonna throw something out there that's a little bit harder for you to cut on. And if you got the energy to do it, then I would like to see you do it. You know what I'm saying? So I went today and I went and bought this. I bought it on eBay, of course. Uh, I bought this giant sized dog ball. This dog ball is about the size of a baseball. But the good thing about it is it has LED lights on it and it's motion detected. So you actually, once you roll that ball, if you want to roll it, you can roll it down a dark hallway and just ask, hey, can you guys light that ball up? And it lights up perfectly, bright, colorful, different lights, pretty much like a cat ball, but the only difference is it's a little bit bigger and it's a little bit harder to activate. So I'm that type of guy that I want these guys to work for it. Especially if you're drawing my energy. I tell you, take some of my energy and cut that light on. That they'll take some of it and hopefully, it'll work. Also, I have a couple of LED motion detection rods. And believe it or not, we use somebody as a guinea pig on our team, and we'll set each rod up in a square. And these rods they're motion detection. So if somebody comes near that rod, it lights up. and you're actually able to communicate with who's ever next to you because, you can go yes, no, right rod, right, left rod. It just depends on, what you want to do with it. But I think those are pretty cool. I'm also working. Hey, how many of you guys play Simon Says?
We never tried that.
It says.
Simon Says. Now, I made a device that's set up just like Simon Says. Okay, have you guys ever seen those swivel chairs?
Yep.
If you look on the bottom, you can take those swivel seats and the thing still turns around on it. Well, I got 4 LED motion lights, and I use this mostly for residential, and I've yet to pull it out. And what's so great about it all of them lights up. And the good thing about it is you can go touch each light, and you can go red, black, green, orange, and you can ask that spirit to do the same thing, and it'll light up red, black, ink, orange, same colors. And you can actually play a game with it, especially if it's a child that is just very fascinated with the lights. So you're like, boop, and sure enough, it'll come on. Go green, boop, sure enough, it'll come on. So those are the things that I like, that I invent, that I like. You know what I'm saying? Also, this right here. Russell, are you a gamer by chance?
A little bit when I get time.
What's your favorite Call of Duty game?
I think it would be Call of Duty 3.
3? Is that the one where, is that the feature, or they went back to World War II?
World War II.
Okay, well, this wouldn't help you. Now, this bad boy is a camera. Yeah, camera, and it has a light on it. And I call this my head cam. Put it right there. Got your light right here. Let me see if I can turn it on. Yep, your light right there. Camera on the side. You can dim it if you want. You can turn it to the side, turn it off. And there's a light right there also, but there's also a camera. The only thing I hate about like this is it'll work if you turn to the left, but it won't work when you turn to the right because you got to make that full 360 or whatever it is around for actually catch that. Not compared to what the glasses do. So those are just a couple of things that I'm trying to put into my arsenal paranormal equipment because one, I'm tired of carrying this big bulky thing.
Yep.
Yep.
For sure.
So these here actually will help you out because number one, you actually move your head a lot quicker than your body, and number two, frees up these.
Exactly, yeah.
It frees up these, you're able to use your equipment a little bit more. What do you guys think?
That's pretty good. Yeah, that's something to look into.
Yeah, I mean, the first time I used these things, I was driving through a McDonald's. And just to test it out, the audio, the video, man, it was great. I mean, it didn't lag in anything whatsoever. My wife thought I was crazy when I had them. I'm like, what are you doing with those glasses on? You driving through a McDonald's parking lot. Hey, I'm just testing it out, to make sure everything's on up and up, because some of these things get pretty pricey, but what do you guys think about these? Would you guys consider getting some just to test it out?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I think they're worth it, and what's so really cool about it, you get the same quality as these glasses, or you do on the phone. I mean, as you do on the cameras, you get either 1080p, you get 4K, you get Dolby Sound. Depends on which ones you get. You get night vision. You get infrared. So all those things you get in a high-dollar camera.
How's the length on the infrared?
I don't know because I haven't used it yet. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. You know what? I've been wanting to take it out and to investigate with them. I've done a couple of them, but I'm just messing around here and there. I mean, I'm really not actually investigating because I want to be able to get, make sure everything's on the up and up before I actually do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mr. Justin. So, do you guys use your phones for anything?
Yeah, we'll
do
use
a
it.
lot of lives.
We do a lot of Facebook lives, TikTok lives.
Okay. Now, what about how do you guys feel about these ghost apps that are on there? Do you guys use any of those?
We use a couple. There's a lot of them that are phony. I've tested a few out, and I've gotten false positives from them.
Oh, okay. Which ones do you guys use?
We use the ITC box too. We'll use the ITC Spirit TV box, which actually uses white noise, and it looks like an old TV, and then when it picks up something, it captures a picture of it.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool right there.
That's one of our biggest ones that we use is those two. We use those most of the time than everything else. We've had better luck with those than most of the other ones.
Okay, cool. Oh, okay.
Hey, Lauren's showing you a figure we caught on one of them.
I'm gonna have to check that app out. Hey, what do your community feel about you guys, Carmen and Lawrence, since you guys live in the town?
In Osage Beach.
How? Where's she at?
We live in Osage Beach, Missouri.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. What does your community think about you guys being paranormal investigators?
Well, we've had a few people contact us, and we've helped them here.
Anything negative? Like, get away from me! You're a paranormal investigator.
No, the lady that we helped here, we were down in her basement, and she had one of them chairs that hang from the ceiling, and it started swinging and moving.
That's interesting.
But we make our own sage, and we do our own cleansings too.
Oh, okay. Now, Russell, have the church ever called you to help them out?
Not really. I mean, we do work with Farrah Rose Deal, who's a demonologist out of Springfield. She's a Roman Catholic that works for the diocese office. Usually, if it gets through that, we'll call her, and then she'll come in and take over.
Okay, so you always got backup if it gets a little too bad.
Yep.
Hey, what's the age limit you would not allow on your team?
I usually like 18 or older. Man, we go in places of business. Sometimes we go in bars and stuff like that. I mean, we're not opposed to teaching kids. We had one that was 16 that was supposed to come with us because she wanted to learn, but she never did. I don't know. She got caught up with schoolwork or whatever.
Now, would you ever consider getting a junior team together just to teach?
I've let my son go on them with me, and he was 16.
How about a junior team? Is that possible in the future?
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I like educating what we do.
Okay. Now, what do you guys do to get your name out there in the community?
Well, we're well advertised between Facebook. Carmen's constantly sharing stuff to all different groups. And then we're advertised on Google. with our website. When they look up paranormal investigators from Missouri, we're the first team that pops up.
Okay, cool. What about have you guys ever done meet and greets?
I've done a few. We'll be out at places like eating lunch or something, have somebody come up to us that recognizes us.
Cool. Man, yeah, dude. I usually do meet and greets maybe twice a year, but it's been a while since we've done one. Uh, and I
Like
would
when
love
we were doing Missouri State Penitentiary, my dad and I went to the museum, and right away the tour guide Jenny from there recognized us.
Oh, cool, cool.
And then several other people that walked in recognized us.
Mm, all right. Hey guys, if you guys have on the comments, if you guys have any questions for this team from out of Missouri, feel free to ask, guys. I'm pretty sure they will answer any of your questions. So feel free to ask, guys. You got a couple of people on here. Have you guys ever investigated any old trains or anything?
I wanted to, but I never got the permission in New York to do the old trading station where I lived.
Ah, what about the old cars that are in Missouri? Old
No,
rail
I've never done
cars?
them.
Never gone. What about junkyards?
No.
No.
Have you guys ever thought about it?
If we got a call, yeah, we check out anything if we get a call for it.
Junkyards are probably one of the most active locations that people don't think about. Man, you can go into any junkyard and investigate, and I can almost guarantee you're gonna pick something up. There's
Right.
if and especially where there's been accidents and all that stuff,
Yeah.
Car wrecks.
car wrecks.
Yeah.
And the best place to start, if you can get in there, would be the police impound, where where they hold.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys ever get in there, but man, that's the place where they take all the wrecks for.
Plane crash yard too, probably.
Yeah, they would take all the wrecks and put it in one area so they can investigate on what happened. To figure out the death. If the person went through a window or whatever. You'd be surprised what insurance people do these days.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, instead of eventually they end up going to the junkyard, for smashing, but the damage is already done. People die suddenly when they're in an accident, and they're wondering what the hell happened to me. So they're not going to leave that car until they figure out what happened. So, they're bound to that car.
Right.
True.
All right, guys, I got a question for you guys.
Oh, we know her.
We didn't hear the question. Our thing froze up.
Okay. Let's see here. The question is, do you think some people are more sensitive to the paranormal? If so, what advice would you give them in order for them to keep strong boundaries?
I'm a sensitive. I can walk into a area or a location and I can tell you exactly what is in there. I've had to learn how to ground myself so I don't get attachments and take them home with me. That's one reason why we sage ourselves, and that's why I also make sage spray.
Okay, cool. Good answer. Good answer. Speaking of, what do you guys do for your your investigation? What do you guys do before you guys go investigate?
We go check out cemeteries.
Yep.
Sure do.
Well, okay. You
A
go
lot
check.
of them. We find out how many's usually in the area.
So you guys to go check out a cemetery before you actually investigate a residential.
We scope the area pretty much to see what surrounds it. If you have waterways, if you have cemeteries, if you have train tracks, all the conductive energy around the area that is going to bound that spirit to that place.
Okay. Interesting, because I've never heard train tracks. What's up with the train tracks?
The conduction
Ah, okay. Now I
energy
get it now.
coming
Okay.
off of the tracks and the ground and the everything around it.
Hmm. Interesting.
Just like your waterways has so much electricity and so much stuff coming out of it, that's how a lot of your spirits can travel.
So we can agree, man. Being in a cemetery during a thunderstorm, lightning is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is very.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been down that road before. Oh my God, dude! Not only you can feel the electricity in the air,
Yep.
and man, I mean, I don't have any hair on my arms, but a little bit I do got. It definitely stands right up.
Oh yeah, you can take like your EMF detectors during a thunder and lightning storm, even inside a building. When that lightning flashes, it'll set them detectors off.
Like, oh man, yeah, that's pretty cool, dude. I mean, you know what, guys? I was thinking about. You guys know? Have you guys ever seen one of those Nikola Tesla balls?
Yep.
Do you think that will work?
I've heard people have had good success with them.
We was gonna buy one of them balls that you can touch and they light up.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that might give exactly what the individual who's no longer here. I think that would give them energy if they touched it. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's almost similar to a Tesla coil that they use.
It's on our to get list.
Yeah.
It truly is.
But the only problem is you have to rig it up because some of the locations that us as paranormal investigators go to, man, there's just no electricity.
That's why I carry battery packs, generators with you.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to rig that thing up, and I can't afford the generator. I'm gonna have to rig that thing up to where it can fit to a battery pack. But then again, you're thinking about it with that much power it needs to generate that thing, it'll probably just suck my damn battery dry within the first 3 minutes, maybe
You
five.
can
I
use
get
the
5.
laptop ones; they last longer.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, and just to see how that works. I think it'd be pretty interesting. I mean, I don't know if it works or not. I've seen teams have them. I've seen teams that have been successful with them, and seen teams throw them in the trash. So you really don't know. Russell,
Right.
what do your parents think about you being a paranormal investigator?
My dad was very skeptical for a while at it. And then he finally had his own experience and started believing. My mom, she was a big supporter of it. And she was a supporter up till the day she passed away in 2018. And even my grandmother, she would find all these haunted articles and save them for me.
Oh, wow. So grandma is cool with everything, huh?
Yep. And my grandfather, when he passed away, he haunted the house for a little while. She used to have this motion bird hanging from the ceiling, and he used to set it off, let my grandma know she was there.
Oh, wow.
And
Yeah.
then when she passed away at home, we'd be working on the house, and she would let us know she's there. She'd shut the basement door, or she'd flip a breaker off while we're working in the basement.
You think she's just playing with you, huh?
Yep. It was just her way because her big habit was keep that basement door shut so the kids didn't fall down the stairs.
Oh man, you know what? You guys are lucky to have basements, man. We don't have them here in Texas. You know, that's just an extra room right there. That could be my little man cave. You know, but yeah, dude. Cameron, what do you think?
What about my parents?
What do your parents think?
My mom doesn't really like me doing it because of my abilities. Because I
Mm-hmm.
can, like I said, I can bring. If I'm not careful, I can bring stuff home and attach myself. But she knows I'm going to do it anyways because I like helping people.
Okay. Now, is it helping people? Is that the only reason that you guys like, investigating the paranormal, or are you guys a little curious about what's on the other side?
It's a little bit
For
of
me,
both. A lot of
yeah,
it
for
is
me, it's
helping the
about both.
people, though.
Kind of both?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little curious about what's over there, man, because I don't know, man. From what I hear, there's a lot of rules and regulations about what goes on up there. There's certain things you can do. There's certain things you can say. I mean, it's just a lot of politics.
Well, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like, are we living in their world or are they living in our world?
Yeah, to me it just seems like a lot of politics that goes on up there. Because you got this one governing body. Now we don't know who that governing body is because different religions have different beliefs.
Yep.
And that governing body, pretty much says, well, you can say this, you can say that, but you can't say this, you can't say that. You can do this, but you can't do that. I'm like, damn, dude, that sounds like living down here.
Yep.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? That sounds just like living in a big city because there's some things you can't do, some things you can't do. You know what I'm saying? So, to be honest with you, I'm a bit curious. You know what I'm saying? On what's up there, and I don't know. To me, it just will it be better up there than down here?
At
Don't
least
know.
down here, you can haunt people you don't like.
Yeah, I mean, from what I hear, man, it's it's man, sunny and it's breezy. I mean, you can hang out and do this and do that, but as long as you abide by the rules and regulations, everything's peachy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. You get to see your loved ones over and over again. That one cousin that you always slapped in the back of the head that passed away, you can slap in the back of the head again.
The nozo slap.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean it's crazy. But yeah, guys, it's paranormal investigating is very interesting. I think, to be honest with you, I think every person that was born on this planet has had a paranormal experience one time or another.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? There is no way that somebody can tell. They know, I mean, they might not have noticed it, but they have. For instance, deja vu. You turn around, you think you see something twice, you turn your head and you think you see something, and I'm like, well, did I just see that cat there? And yeah, so now would you consider that paranormal?
It's iffy for me.
It could be a life that you used to live in too, and you came back as another person.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things, man, that there's a lot of questions that need to be answered. And the only way you're going to get these answers is when your time comes.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, this is the question that I have. And nobody can seem to answer this question for me. Now, could you be so much into the paranormal? There is so much that you want to ask, and somebody that's passed on, or when you pass on. Now, the question is, having wanting to know so much about the paranormal, or you want to, do you think that will hold you back from crossing over?
No,
You don't think
Nah.
so?
no.
No,
Okay. Because I'm curious.
we're still trying to help people, so it's a good positive.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, good answer. Good answer. Because I definitely, when I get up there, man, I'm gonna ask people 101 questions.
Yeah.
Hey, man, hey, trust me, I'm gonna look for Tupac.
I don't blame you.
Hey, man, we're gonna talk, brother. You know, another question I have for you guys is, do you think that long family members that are gone, do you think that when they're gone and they're up there, do you think they congregate as one big family, or do you think they come and go as they please wherever they want to go?
I think you have it up there just like you have it down here. You make friends up there. You have your family up there. You might get back with your family up there. It just
What do you think, Russell?
I think about the same. They meet with family up there. They get to see their loved ones, maybe animals that have passed on that they owned.
So the only way that we need energy is when we come back.
Yep.
So we won't need energy once we cross into, because from what I hear, you can come and go as you please. You can cross over and you can come back as you please. You can come down here and haunt your favorite school for a week, then go back up there and continue doing what you're doing.
I have a similar instance on that. I went down to visit a client in Marshall that we did an investigation to check on her. And she's also a sensitive. She comes out to me, she calls me up shortly after. She says, "Who is that woman standing next to you?" She's tall, dark brown hair. She described my mom right to a T. My mom was standing next to me right there.
Oh wow, that is crazy. I don't
So
know. Go
she
ahead.
comes and visits from time to time
But do
to
she
check on
know?
us.
But do she let you know she's there?
Oh yeah, she'll let me know she's there,
And how do you
especially at the
feel?
house.
Yeah, how do you feel when she flicks on a light or flick off a light and it kind of, scare you a little bit? But do you know it's her or do you think it's somebody else?
It's hard to say because my house is actually haunted. I've got a few confirmed deaths in my
you
house.
you can actually, like, people that are gifted that have the ability to, you can feel the difference between something that was close to you and something, like when I go investigate, I can automatically feel when it's a child or if it's an adult or if it's something that's got angry issues by the energy that it puts off.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that. Because I think my grandmother come and visits me. And what the weirdest thing, she used to wear these house shoes. And I can sometimes still hear those house shoes just go
Right
across the
across the
wood
floor.
floors, and I know, I'm like, oh boy, grandma's coming to whoop my butt for
Yeah.
whatever I did. You
Well,
know,
that's even my mom at 3 in the morning. I'll hear footsteps going down the hallway because that's the time she used to get up every morning, go and head out to the kitchen to make her coffee.
there you go. But yeah, man, it's good to know that we can always sense when it's our loved ones. Because you sleep and you hear that because you know who it is. You just look up and just like, oh, mom, go back to sleep, man. Uh,
Yeah.
and you know what? And you won't feel that nervousness, like you're like, oh shit, somebody's in the kit. You won't feel that because your body already knows who it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I like. And dude, it's a very cool feeling because my grandmother have came and gone plenty of times, and I think she hit me in the back of the head one day because I was like, what the hell was that? Especially when I mess up. But yeah. All right, guys. Hey, we're going in an hour and 15 minutes. This is a part of the podcast where you guys get an opportunity to ask me a question. Hold on, guys. Hold on right quick. There's a question popping up for you, Russell.
Yeah, residual is more where they're just replaying what they did in life. They have no recollection of you or anybody in the room. They're just redoing same time every night. If there was a doorway at one time where that wall is, and you see them walk through that wall, they're just replaying they're walking through that doorway. But yeah, residual is more common than a lot of times in intelligent, where the intelligence, the ones that can actually physically touch you, move objects, talk to you, and they're not as common as residual, but residual is more common.
Okay. Now, this is a question for all three of you guys. Do you think spirits can jump into one era to another? Or are they stuck in their own time and place?
I think a lot of them are stuck because when you go into asking questions and everything, there's a lot of times that we do get specific days and years. So they think it's still their time frame.
Interesting. So you guys don't think that spirits can jump into one, can go whenever they want, wherever they want?
They can go wherever they want because of the simple fact of, like I said, the waterways. You have portals. You have all kinds of ways for spirits to travel. But the simple fact, even when they travel, I think that they're still traveling in their time. They still think it's that time before they died.
You know what? That's a debate for another day. That's a debate for another day. All right, guys. Is there any question that you guys would like to ask me?
What's the most haunted place that you've investigated?
Oh man, you know what? In my world and NSPS TV paranormal world, I think me personally, I would never say the most haunted. I can say the most active, because if I say the most haunted, then people would think, well, that's the most haunted location. But we really don't know what's the most haunted location because I have not been to everywhere. I can say the most active, and I can honestly say some of the most active locations I've been to is been nursing homes.
Yeah.
Nursing homes, man, where the elderly, and some of the best evidence we ever caught, it was in nursing homes, or somewhere like a residential, or just somewhere a lot. There's been a lot of death. Which here in Texas, man, we got nursing homes everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it would be, I'll have to say a nursing home. And yeah, creepy out nursing homes, man. All right, Russell, what about you, brother? You got any questions for me?
What's the most crazy experience you've had?
The most crazy experience just happened recently. And you know what? And I'm pretty sure Justin is tired of talking about this. He's going to say something because I know he's watching. Because I know he's watching. Hi, Justin. Justin, we took a team from San Antonio into a location here in Austin. They came up because we were going to go to another location, and they just wanted to go to the location we had investigated the week before. So I didn't want to pick Justin to take the team in there, but Justin was like, he was in my IV. So I like, Justin, can you take him? If it was somebody else was in my IV, I probably would have said, can that person take him? But Justin took this team into an abandoned nursing home, and apparently, supposedly, I don't know because I wasn't there. There was a hoarder there. Now, well, check this out, guys. Now, the way this hoarder presented herself was unworldly to me because Justin did not. How can I say this word? He did not identify her because when she faded in and started talking to them, the first thing I was like, man, I just saw an actual full body apparition. Justin did not touch her, did not do anything. I gotta have that. Oh yeah. Then he said he was eating ice cream. What? Yeah. He look. What is wrong with my life? It didn't even show. What the hell is going on? Yeah, he says, yeah, I was eating ice cream. Yeah, so this little 4'2" woman faded in on them while he was showing them around. They asked her a question, but the way she asked the question, the way she answered the question was like any other ghost. No, there's no spirits here. There's no spirits here. And quickly as she faded in, she faded out into the darkness. No lights, no cameras, no nothing. Dude, that would totally creep me out. I'm telling you. Because first of all, if she would have came up behind me and, hey, have anybody played Mike Tyson Punch Out?
I have.
That's what she would have got. That's what she would have got, man. She would have came up to me like that. But everybody was cool. She faded in, said a couple words. They asked her, do you think this place is haunted? And she said, no, it's not haunted. That's kind of stuff I expect spirits to say. Especially if they don't want to be bothered with you. They're going to do whatever it takes to get you out of there.
Right.
So, yeah, we're not haunted. And then, dude, she did a complete 360 and walked right back into the darkness. And now, tell me, what would you guys do in a situation like that?
I'd be excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be like, hell yeah, look what we just found.
Yep. But the question is, would you have followed her into the darkness?
We're crazy enough, probably, yeah.
Yeah, I'm crazy enough. I probably would have chased after her.
And from what I hear, now this is Justin talking, and a couple of the other paranormal team, they only saw her from like the waist, no, from like the knees down. From the knee down, they didn't see nothing. I don't know if it was dark or because of the darkness or what, but that's one of the craziest things.
She may have only been putting off so much energy to light herself up that much.
Maybe that's one of the craziest questions I had. Oh, he said that room has no windows. So she just faded right back, man. Hey, if she had one, I probably would have threw her little butt right through it. So hey man, I don't play like that. Yeah, hold up. He's talking. Oh no, he didn't. Let's see if I can get this on here. And then he said this.
I know.
I think that ice cream he ate just went to his brain.
Oh,
He definitely
Dennis.
got a brain freeze.
Cold spell.
Yeah, so man, that was to be honest with you guys, that is one of the crazy experiences that I've ever experienced with somebody. It wasn't me personally, but have you guys ever had that when somebody's seen something and they don't know exactly if they actually saw it or not, and they have that look, just that look in their face, like just like I'm doing right now. They're like he just
We
had
That
that.
experienced
that
that
would
at
be
Waverly
Carmen.
Hills when we went.
He just
That-
had that look on her.
That time we were at Waverly Hills,
Yep.
we all had some wild looks on our face.
And it could be some paralyzing looks because you really don't know. Like, what the hell?
Yeah,
Especially that figure that ran in between Lauren and I walking back.
yeah. Down that hallway at Waverly Hills.
Yep.
Hey man, I definitely would have did a wrestling move on him. I would have stuck my forearm out.
He was moving too quick. Fast as he
Yeah.
flew past us.
Wow, that
We
is
didn't even
crazy.
have a chance to move and do anything.
Did y'all capture that on video?
No, we were packed up for the night and just walking back because we had to be back by 4 a.m.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that is crazy. So all you guys felt was the wind.
Yep.
We
That's
heard it come
cool.
running up behind us, and then it was like a swoosh.
Oh man, hey, that's where these would have came in handy.
Yeah.
Wow, that is crazy. All right, guys, minute 27. I know you guys got to work in the morning, man. I really appreciate you guys coming on the show. Russell, my brother, I really appreciate it, man. Like I say, I apologize for yesterday.
That's
just-
all right. We know
I
life happens.
Yeah, I just got so tied up, man. I didn't even know what the hell was going on until I saw you guys on Facebook. Like, well, where's this guy at? You didn't send the link. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I really apologize for that, and I would love to get one day when you guys are able to get the whole team together. I would love to have you guys back and get the whole team.
Okay.
I mean, if that's possible,
Yep.
and just to hear some of their stories, and just pick at them for a minute, see what they're thinking, about the paranormal and all that good stuff, man. Yeah, I would definitely love to have you guys back on the show. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
All right,
Appreciate it.
no problem. Hey, Russell, tell the world how to get a hold of you.
You can get a hold of us through Facebook at Beyond Life Paranormal Research Missouri, and then there's Beyond Life Paranormal Research Missouri 2. You can find us on YouTube, Beyond Life Paranormal Research, the Missouri edition. You can find us on Instagram, Beyond Life Paranormal Research Missouri. And you can find us on TikTok, BLPRMO.
Okay, cool. Hey, you guys need to get a Twitch account.
I'm setting one up back as we speak, actually.
There you go. Get your Twitch, man. There are so many paranormal investigators that go live on that social media outlet. It's crazy. I think we're taking over, man. That place, it used to be for gamers.
Yeah, gamers, and I know the DJs are taking over too, because I had a DJ page on there.
Yeah, and dude, let's take over as many social media outlets we can.
I know
Unfortunately,
their paranormal investigators are taking over TikTok.
oh yeah. And as far as Facebook, I mean, slowly but surely, man. But the thing about Facebook is all these teams that are no longer investigating, they still have their Facebook page still up. And dude, I've seen stuff that goes back to 2012.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I'm like, oh man, if you guys aren't investigating no more, why not just delete the page?
Well, we get a lot of phone calls from St. Louis because they call teams down there and nobody answers the phone.
Oh wow, yeah, man, that's crazy. All right, guys. Hey, it's been a pleasure. I really appreciate it, guys. You coming out on your Sunday evening to come talk to me. I really appreciate it, man. And I apologize for yesterday again.
No,
But
no problem.
man, hey, like I said, let's do this again, man. Let's get the whole team on the show. And hey, and if you can, hey, go on my page, subscribe, hit that like button, do all that good stuff. And I love to do that for you guys also. Hey, let's try to get our numbers up, and all that good stuff. Because it only helps everybody.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It helps everybody. But with enough said, hey, you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Hey, this is NSPS TV Paranormal Podcast signing off. Enjoy your work week if you have one. If you're on vacation, enjoy that too. Peace. Have a good one, guys.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Hey, man, what do you guys think about Beyond Leaf Paranormal Research from Missouri? Hey, man, they seem like they know what they're doing up there. They're doing great things. So, hey, go support them, man. Go show them some love. Also, show me some love. You know what? If I can reach 20, no, let's go a little bit higher. If I can reach 100 subscribers on our new paranormal podcast and our paranormal season 3 investigation page, the 100 winner, the person that does 100, I will give them a brand new T-shirt, a brand new NSPS TV paranormal T-shirt. So I'm throwing that out there to you guys. In the meantime, hey man, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Peace.